Thank you so much for coming to this year's the 2025 AI and Bio workshop, hosted in collaboration with the Longevity Biotech Fellowship, with Vitalism, and with Foresight. I'm from Foresight, so I'll tell you a little bit about who it is that we are, and then we're going to hear a little bit about LBF, we're going to hear a little bit about Vitalism, and we together are the co-hosts here. I will also walk you through the program, and the program is pretty intense. Who here has already looked at it? Please, many hands up. Okay, it's intense, right? So we will be trying to do this rather quickly, and you can always come to us if you have any questions. And who has been to a workshop like this before, either from Foresight, LBF, Vitalism, or all of us together? Okay, then you have to take the others by the hand, please, as we're rushing through a pretty packed program. It's really meant to drive collaboration at rapid speeds, and not just collaboration at the workshop, but I'll tell you a little bit more about, monetary prizes, etc., that you can win to actually afterwards continue developing the technologies or like the solutions, the approaches that you guys are instigating here. Okay, so take this as your team of, I think, 180, if we're counting everyone who's coming throughout the weekend. And really make the most of it. It's going to be hopefully insightful and hopefully also a ton of fun. Okay, about Foresight. Foresight is a nonprofit founded in 1986. My name is Allison. I'm running it. We also have Lydia over here and Neve somewhere running around who you can talk to about Foresight. Find me at any point. And we advance frontier bio, nano, neuro, and AI. We specifically focus on the type of science and tech that is perhaps too out there, too interdisciplinary, too ambitious for legacy founders to support. And we do that through grants, prizes, fellowships, and workshops like this. So I'll just briefly tell you a little bit about how you can benefit from our program at the workshop and beyond this workshop. So we give out about $5 million in annual grant support, mostly in neuro and AI, and in bio and nano, and on the bio side, mostly in longevity. And we have a bunch of different grantees across the board. And yeah, if you're interested in any of these grants, just go on our website and apply. We're trying to do very, very fast processing, and many of you here have already gotten a grant before. And we're trying to make it easy for people just to specifically apply with like relatively out there approaches to make progress. We also have a fellowship that's been going on for 8 years, and we have many of our fellows here. Thanks a lot for joining, and fellow alums. And our fellowship is mostly focused on soft support. So if you're more interested in like being connected to a mentor or being connected to a possible funder, if you're raising startup capital or something, maybe that's more something for you, or a visa for those of you who are trying to make it here right now. It's not that easy. And then we have these 6 annual workshops. This is from the one last year that I'll speak a little bit more about, but they're basically on AI, bio. The whole brain emulation one was on our neurotrack space, etc. And they usually run a bit like hackathons where we're trying to provide some monetary incentives for you guys to make progress on. And we love to do that in collaboration with other organizations. This was from last year, together with the LBF. We were hosting a longevity workshop on longevity frontiers. It was really fun. Many of you were there. I'm not going to go into that much more, but the final thing I will say is how you can maybe benefit from Foresight's programming is through our seminars. So many of you have already given a seminar talk, and that's where we give you a lot longer than the 7 minutes that our speakers have today to present your work and to really try to build an ecosystem and a community. All right. That's enough for me. There's a bunch of different things on a little support goes a long way in terms of our case studies. We have given out the Feynman Prize in nanotechnology since 1991, and we have 2 Nobel laureates that kind of like came out of it for where we awarded the Feynman Prize over 10 years earlier than they were awarded Nobel Prize for work that was pretty much building up on what we awarded early. So we're pretty good at spotting talent early, and please feel free to make use of all of these different avenues for collaboration. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty part of the workshop. Introductions. If we could open up the introductions doc, that would be amazing. You see here that many of you have already filled in your introductions. Please don't share it with people that are not at the event. We're so many people here, and there's always lost connections. And always afterwards, I get plenty of emails like, can you connect me to XYZ? Sometimes even like years later. So we're trying to take me or any of the other organizers out of the loop. If you're interested in being found by other people here at the workshop, please fill in this form. It asks you about the workshop questions, but also specifically about what it is that you're working on. So please make use of that. I sometimes see people online in this document 2 or 3 years later updating their profiles and finding each other, literally. So make use of this document, and they will be hanging out on QR codes everywhere, and they will be shared in the WhatsApp chat as well. Okay, the second thing, the more important thing, is the program. If we could switch to the program. It's again will be hung out here with QR codes, and it's available through the WhatsApp group. It's also available in any of the emails that you have received in the last 5 days. So there's plenty of space to find it. But again, just to bring you up to speed on where it is that we will be going, we'll have the participant intros, we have the welcome and what to expect, and then we're going to have different session blocks. And so this is the session block number 1. We're going to have talks by Sonia, Jason, Stephen, and Joe Betz-Lacroix. They are 7 minutes only, so very, very brief, and I will be very German on timekeeping. We would love to hear more about your ideas, but that will be in the breakout discussions. So please don't take it personal if I cut you off. I will try to do so very nicely. But at the 7-minute mark, I will cut our speakers off. They were asked to speak about like an approach, like a different opportunity space or a challenge in the AI for bio interdisciplinary space that like is gradually emerging and opening up. And we also asked them to afterwards submit a question. So what you can't really see here because of the sun, but what you can see very well on the screens of your phones and of your computers, is that every one of our speakers submitted a question or an approach, a topic that they want to make progress on that AI for bio intersection. So after we have the short talk block, you will be able to follow your favorite speaker or your favorite question to a workshop room, and you get an hour and 10 minutes to actually like assemble into working groups. And so for these working groups, we have high hopes because we have these templates here that we're asking a scribey in the working groups to fill out. And if you want to open up one of these templates, that would be amazing. I'll also introduce a little bit more of that later. But here you see the workshop template. And on that, you have a bunch of questions that will help you basically determine a little bit more of a guided approach to like how to actually make progress on the topic that you're on the question and topic that you're discussing. And if you could phrase it almost as a project to make progress on the question that the speaker posed, you will be able to win up to 10K at the end of this workshop for the best project presentation. And so we have that first block of talks and workshops on some questions. And then we're going to have a fireside chat with Jan Tallinn, who is not only known for his philanthropy across the board, but especially very interested in longevity and very interested in AI, especially AI risk. So he'll be coming here. Afterwards, we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to do the same thing all over again. So again, we're going to have very quick talks, followed by different questions and approaches that you will be joining in different workshop groups. And again, you have about an hour to try to come up with something like a prototype of a project proposal that you could actually put 10K towards. And if you want to scroll down a little bit, at the end of today, you will actually be presenting on the working templates that you'll be filling out. And we'll be voting on the finalists. The finalist gets into the final round of tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to do the same thing all over again, but again with different presenters and with different topics. And so you always have like short stints of like paying attention, and then longer stints of actually like talking to each other and trying to solve a topic that you care about. And then at the end of day 2, we're actually going to have the 2 top projects from day 1 and day 2 competing against each other for the 10K prize. It will become more clearer as we go into it. It usually becomes more clear as you do the first round of these. There may be a bunch of questions, feel free to ask us along the way, but it's like what we found the best way to make progress very fast. We also have for our speakers and our sponsors, our VIP gathering tonight at E11 Bio, where we're going to leave together collectively too. So if you're a speaker or sponsor, please don't leave, or if you've gotten a VIP pass, please don't leave. And if you still want to upgrade to one, you can talk to me or any of the other organizers. We still have a few spots free. Okay, maybe back to the presentation. Yeah, awesome. That's the second QR code, very important. And the third QR code is the WhatsApp group. Who here is not in the WhatsApp group but would like to be? Okay, cool. Well, that is definitely where we're going to have most of the kind of like impromptu conversations. Hey, I want to have a breakout on this. Can, you know, like meet me in the corridor of XYZ. Don't get lost at Lightheaven. It's very big. So if you just raise your hand, then the link that you want to open is foresight.pub/AI bio WhatsApp. You can find it in your last email, or you can talk to any of the organizers who will be able to add you. Okay? Cool. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. Just a few notes on goals. We have low-hanging fruit that you can get out of this workshop. It's just like, okay, you get a new idea for your work, an AI and bio, right? Or one of them. Medium hanging, new connections for future research collaboration. You meet one person here that you can actually use to make progress on your work. And high-hanging fruit, you actually incubate a new project together with people at the workshop and get the 10K and get it funded, at least the next step where you can apply for much larger funding rounds. How are you going to do that? You have the introductions doc. Let's focus on the workshop goal actually here, like making progress at the intersection of AI and bio. Let's not just shill our own projects. There's plenty of space to do that on the intro doc. Treat this group as your team of 150. We are 180 now, if you count everyone who's coming. Think about how you can help others. And also, very important, we have Chatham House rule for everything that is not a presentation. Okay, so many of the presentations are filmed. If you're a presenter and you don't want it to be uploaded on the internet, just come talk to us, or we don't actually have to film you. But everything else is Chatham House rules, so you can correct each other and just like have a space where you can like constructively help each other. And then finally, there is potential for follow-on financial support for projects that are developed here by various different funding sources. Okay, well, that's all from me. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I'm really excited to introduce next LBF and Vitalism. If you guys want to come up on stage and share a little bit more about your organization here, that would be fantastic. Thanks, everyone.